Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review, and next up is the Target exclusive Hasbro Marvel Legends series Retro Spider-Man, Spider-Man in the Negative Zone. So this figure has not still been officially announced yet. Kind of thought it would be in today's Hasbro Pulse Fan First Friday, but I think they are waiting for Target to do the announcement because I think it's supposed to be some kind of event that Target is planning to do with various different exclusives. We know the Retro Rogue, the Retro Gambit, and the Retro Cyborg Spider-Man. So why this one has not been announced yet, I don't know, but it has started to show up in stores. Yesterday was the first sighting in Aurora, Colorado, and then today it has hit Northern California, Southern California, I want to say Kentucky, somewhere in Michigan, East Coast somewhere, so it's really hitting all over the place. So check out popfinder.com or something to try and locate it, or BrickSeek, you know, whichever you prefer. These are not street dated for November 29th like Rogue and Gambit. They are set date of 11/29, but it's not street dated, so you can just take it right to the register and purchase it. Enough of that retro card that we've seen all of the Spider-Man figures on, and there are so many, it's ridiculous. I also have J. Jonah Jameson and Black Cat that are going to be here any day now. Plus the Mysterio figure, Kingpin, plus the whole entire wave. So there's a crazy amount of Spider-Man retro figures, but I love the color scheme and everything, and you can see here it says Negative Zone Pizza. That is the big highlight accessory that he comes with. Here's a look at the back of the package, back of the card. We have a look at the Negative Zone Spider-Man here, the same artwork. The bio reads, Spider-Man's Negative Zone suit allows him to absorb the Negative Zone's dark energy and even merge with shadows. By doing so, the wall crawler becomes practically invisible and has a major advantage against his enemies. So there it is. Let's open it up. Okay, here is the Negative Suit Spider-Man figure out of the package, and he's pretty good. He's okay. It is the Pizza Spider-Man, but now that we have the new Retro Wave Spider-Man body mold, this one is definitely outdated. I always thought it was too thin, and it just seems even more so now compared to the new Spider-Man, but it's not terrible. It's not bad in any way. It's just there is better now, so I prefer better. Even the Spider-Man 2099 body mold is a big improvement over it. So first we'll take a look at his accessories out of the package. He has fists right and left. He also comes with wall crawling hands, as you can see there, and then he has two thwipping hands, whoops, as I drop one, as you see here. So that is good. But the big highlight of the pack is the Negative Zone Pizza, or cookies and cream pizza, or Oreo pizza, or whatever else anybody wants to call it. It is the same pizza that did come with Pizza Spider-Man before, but as you can see, it is from the Negative Zone, so we have the inverted colors. It is a white pizza with black pepperoni, which looks disgusting, but seems to be the talk of the town and what everybody is excited for, so that is pretty cool. Now, let's look at the figure up close. Okay, so here is a close-up look at Spider-Man in the Negative Zone. This is the same head sculpt that was previously released with the Pizza Spider-Man. As you can see, it has the outline over the lenses. It is the same, but it is opposite, so just black with white outlines for the lenses. Again, it is the Pizza Spider-Man body mold through and through, which has the very skinny legs, so it gets real gummy and wonky on these knees, as you can see there. So that's kind of a little bit of the challenge. In terms of paint apps, there's not a whole lot they could really go wrong. The lower legs are the black plastic, and then they paint it on the white right here up until the knee, and then it looks okay, but you know, you could see a little bit of bleed through of the black plastic. It's not terrible, but it's noticeable when you really look at it. And then as you can see, kind of some of the paint rub of what's going to be going on, some of that might get exposed at these knees, but it just looks really, really gummy there. Looking at the rest of it, we get that white spider logo there that is over it. Not a whole lot of paint bleed going there, but that does look pretty good. Looking at the back, we have that spider logo, and that looks really good as well. As you can see, you can almost miss that peg hole that's actually in the back right through that spider. Going throughout, again, pretty clean lines. One of the things, like when you have it on the bicep there, you have that edge, because it's the white plastic with the paint, the black paint on there, so you could see like the rim and edge of the plastic. They did a little bit on this upper side right here, but kind of towards the back you could see it's white there, and that kind of shows up a little bit. They hit it a little bit better on the left arm than they did on the right arm, but you know, we are going backwards a little bit. Well, I guess even the retro Spider-Man had the same problem, right? So the pinless is coming for Spider-Man at some point. I'm sure we'll see pinless on Spider-Man. That was actually the pizza Spider-Man, the retro. So we got these big, huge black pins there. One day we'll get it to where we don't have to see stuff like that, and then even the hinge up underneath. But not terrible. So the paint is pretty clean from what I can see on them, so you might get some fuzzy lines where the white and the black meets, but overall it's applied cleanly. Now let's zoom out for his articulation. Okay, negative suit Spider-Man articulation. He can look down that much. He can look up that much, which is really good. Of course, you get the full rotation. Not really a whole lot of pivot going on, so you can't do some gesturing with the Spider-Man. He can get his arms to go up that high. You get a full rotation, of course. He does have a butterfly joint, so getting the arm back, you can only go back so far. Like so, and then coming forward only goes so far as well. You have an upper bicep swivel there. You have a double jointed elbow, which gives you that much bend like so. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge, of course. We have an ab crunch, so he can crunch forward only that much, so not a whole lot crunching back. I feel like I'm about to take the damn figure apart. Goes back that much, so that is really stiff. Be careful with that. But I know a lot of people used to have like really loose pizza Spider-Man ones, so at least mine's not loose. We do have the waist swivel there. Legs only go out that far apart there. He can kick forward extremely high. That's crazy high. Goes back a little bit. We have an upper thigh cut there. You get a double jointed knee like so. No calf swivel. You have a foot hinges down that far, hinges up quite a bit, ankle pivot, and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So a little lacking for some Spider-Man, especially with newer ones. I feel like that is very limited in that we used to be able to get more. Maybe it was the vintage one where they actually seem to spread out a little bit more, but that pizza Spider-Man seems to have the same bit of articulation. So it's decent, but you know, we know that they can do better because Exhibit A. Okay, so a couple of Spider-Man figures side by side. We have the pizza Spider-Man, the negative suit Spider-Man. They are completely the same, just the different paint deco, of course, and the retro Spider-Man. Now, why Hasbro is choosing not to do other Spider-Man figures with this body mold, that is a mystery. Not sure why, but what it does is it does make this one feel that much more special for the time being, until it is inevitable that another figure will get released with this body mold. It's coming. Who knows when? Yes, it should be on all of them going forward from here on out since they released that one, but that is just not the case for whatever reason. So still a good body mold, but you know, definitely this is the better one. But it's just another figure that we get to add to our Spider-Verse and Spider-Man collection, so I'm very happy to have it. So now let's check out some other things. Okay, so one thing I could not appreciate so much before that I've really grown to appreciate is, you know, what they do with some of the accessories. So like with the wall crawling hands, the way they molded the pizza, it actually goes between some of the fingers and fits perfectly into his palm. So it's just a really nice touch when you have stuff like that. So now we have Spider-Man doing eating some negative zone pizza. It's weird, but it's still really cool, I guess. I don't know what it is that just makes it so cool and really stand out, but it really is. So it's interesting to see there. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Negative Zone Spider-Man. I love the retro card so much that I don't care what figure they release in it. I'm going to love it anyway because of the retro card. The Negative Zone Spider-Man, it's not the greatest, but it's definitely a nice addition that we have not seen before, so it's a very welcome addition, I think, to anyone's collection. So I do recommend it. It being a Target exclusive is one of those up in the air. Is it going to be easy to find? Is it not? History has shown that Target exclusives used to be easy, but in a lot of cases it can be difficult, and it seems to be more so G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Maybe not so much Marvel Legends, because if you look at the Storm and Thunderbird 2-pack, it's peg warming everywhere. Star Boost Armor Iron Man wasn't too difficult to find, but we'll see how Rogue, Gambit, Negative Zone Spider-Man, and Cyborg Spider-Man go. But you guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of this figure. Give me your thoughts all in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.